everyone, my name's Ali. Today I've got more early Black Ops 4 multiplayer gameplay for you guys, and we're going to be diving deeper and talking more about the Battle Royale mode for Black Ops 4 called Blackout, including map size, player count, content that will be available, and seeing if, from what we know so far, if it will stack up against the like of Fortnite Battle Royale, the biggest Battle Royale game in the world right now. Just talking more about what Black Ops 4 will offer us when it comes out later this year on October the 12th. I haven't had hands-on with it, and you can see the gameplay in the background here. I think it's really fun. I'm really excited to see how the Blackout Battle Royale part of Black Ops 4 develops and ends up being, and see if it can compete with the likes of the other big Battle Royale games that are out there at the moment. Now, I just want to say that I know a lot of people will see Fortnite versus PUBG or Black Ops 4 versus Fortnite. In my mind, all of these things can coexist together, and they're all very different takes on the Battle Royale genre. So today we're going to be exploring how the Black Ops 4 will be approaching the Battle Royale genre in the form of Blackout, seeing how it's going to be different to these other Battle Royale games, seeing how it's going to be the same. Let's not forget that Call of Duty is a first-person game, which differentiates itself massively from Fortnite, which is currently a third-person game. And I can definitely see all of these games coexisting together. And hey, another well-made, well-published, well-produced Battle Royale game can never be a bad thing. And I'm really excited to see more. And we're going to be talking about everything we know right here in this video. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. I post a load of gaming videos. And if you want to see them every single day and never miss them, make sure you click the notification button. And if you're liking what you've seen so far and you are excited for the Blackout mode in Black Ops 4, do give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's just dive into the information and enjoy the Black Ops 4 gameplay in the background. So first off, DLC for Black Ops 4. There's a rumor going around that all of the multiplayer DLC maps will end up being free content for everyone that was purchased and bought Black Ops 4. However, there still will be microtransactions. COD points have been confirmed for Black Ops 4, so it could be that we see that any weapon content potentially be put behind supply drops unless there's an alternate way to unlock them. And this time, the zombies maps will be put behind paid content for DLC. So when you buy a map pack, it will contain zombies content, but the multiplayer maps itself will be separate rather than all bundled into one DLC pack, and everyone can just get those for free. This is definitely in response to the change in times, the fact that Fortnite Battle Royale is free, every single update is free. The only thing you ever have to buy in the game is cosmetic items. Call of Duty are going to have to respond to this, and they can't just keep on making everything paid, because people are getting stuff for free at the moment, and that's the trend. Now, as I said, that's just a rumor, but I wanted to share it with you guys first. I know if you're a hardcore Call of Duty fan like myself, once the game comes out, it doesn't finish there. You'll be continuing to play the DLC for the next yearly cycle. So with DLC rumors behind us, moving into the Blackout mode. So each time moving forwards I say Blackout, it is just the Battle Royale mode for Black Ops 4, and it has been confirmed that they'll be coming out on launch with the full release of Black Ops 4 on October the 12th. There won't be any delays. You can pick up the game and play it straight away. And Blackout will contain a huge amount of content from the whole of the Black Ops series, which dates back over 10 years. I still remember seeing the Black Ops 1 gameplay for the very first time at E3 all of those years ago and being blown away by it. So it will not only include characters from the campaign throughout all of the Black Ops series, but also zombie characters as well. We've seen the RCXD kill streak also within the very first trailer for the Blackout mode. The kill streaks from any previous Black Ops games can be in there too. All of the weapons you can find can again be anything from an MP5K from Black Ops 1 all the way up to any new weapons that they've put in from Black Ops 4. This also includes the way that they're going to be building up the map as well. They can take any assets, any content from over 10 years worth of Black Ops action and make it into this Battle Royale Blackout map. So it's very exciting. I'm sure there's been a lot of nostalgic things in there as well. And if you're a fan of the Black Ops series like I am, then Battle Royale and the Blackout mode will contain all of that in one place. Now, with Fortnite Battle Royale, you can download it for free, access it for free, and then if you want to pay for access to the Save the World portion of the game, which is the PvE portion, you can do, although that will be available to everyone for free at some point later on in this year. However, with the Blackout mode, mode. There's no alternate way to access it. You need to actually buy and have the full copy of Black Ops 4. It is part of the full package, which of course this year is the Blackout mode, Zombies mode, a multiplayer mode, but not a campaign. It has been confirmed, and I'm sure you've seen it in the trailer already, that there will be land, air, and sea vehicles to traverse around the map. Now, until the recent update with the shopping carts, there were no vehicles that you could actually drive or maneuver around the map in Fortnite. However, PUBG obviously had loads of ways of getting around. Nothing in the air, though. It was just through sea and through land vehicles. So Call of Duty adding an extra level of vehicles in there. But it does mean that the Battle Royale mode will play out very differently if you've only ever played Fortnite as a Battle Royale genre. To get around the map that quickly in the sky, also on a boat or in a Jeep, is definitely going to change up the way that the actual game mode plays in Blackout. And I'm really interested to see how they balance it out, how you can take down these vehicles. Obviously, they can't be too strong, they can't be too fast. Otherwise, you can just whiz around the map very, very quickly. Definitely a lot of balancing that will need to go on with all the vehicles. Now, what about the size of the map? Obviously, if it's going to have vehicles, you'd expect it to be fairly large. On stage, David Von der Haar has said that the map will be 1,500 times bigger than the size of Nuketown, which is pretty damn big. However, in later interviews, David Von der Haar has actually said that's probably a conservative estimate, believe it or not. So the final size of the Blackout map will probably be even bigger than 1,500 times Nuketown, which is absolutely crazy. In terms of how that compares with PUBG and Fortnite, we'll take a look at that in a second. But let me just mention again how this whole map will be built up of multiplayer maps we've seen in the past, and even it's been spotted in the trailer parts of Zombies maps as well. So imagine running through Nuketown, I'm sure is going to be in this Blackout map at some point in there. Imagine running into there, going out the back garden, and suddenly you're ending up in, I don't know, Kina de Toten or something. You can literally be 1 second in a multiplayer map, next in a Zombies map, and I wouldn't expect them to be fully carried in exactly as they were as their original Zombies or multiplayer map. I'm sure parts of them will be taken in. One thing you don't want with the inability to destroy buildings, which is something that Fortnite get around by the fact you just blow everything up. But if you can't break buildings and you can't blow everything up, you don't want people to be camping too much, sitting in windows and just slowing the pace of the game down. So that's another issue that I don't want this Blackout mode to run into, is too many campers as well. But going back to this size of the map, shout out to another great Call of Duty YouTuber called Drifter. He's done some deep maths, and he has taken the size of Nuketown, worked out the total footprint size, and has then times it by 1,500 to work out an estimated size of the Blackout map compared to Fortnite and compared to PUBG. So initially comparing it with the Fortnite map, which is obviously smaller than the PUBG map, looks like it's going to be similar in size, but a little bit smaller. To be exact, according to these calculations, which I fully believe, Drifter is great at maths and has always been a good guy with stats, he's worked out that it will approximately be 4.5 kilometers squared, whereas the Fortnite map is around 5.5 kilometers squared. So similar in size, and as I said, if it does end up being a little bit bigger, then almost identical in size potentially. But let's not forget there's going to be vehicles thrown in there, so all of these things need to be balanced out. If we then actually go ahead and compare these two maps to PUBG, PUBG is 64 kilometers squared, so far bigger. But that map does have sea vehicles and land vehicles, so I wouldn't be surprised if a Blackout map does end up being a little bit bigger than the Fortnite one to accommodate for all of these additional ways of getting around the map to make sure that you can't get from one side to the other side ridiculously quickly. So, with the size of the map estimated, there's another big talking point, and that is how many players are going to be on this map. Now, one very keen-eyed person over on, I think, the Call of Duty subreddit worked out how many dots were on screen when the camera panned out of the map in the trailer. Essentially, there were orange dots if you were still alive and blue dots if you were dead, I believe. And counting all of those up, it came to 140 players. That is a lot of players. There's some mobile Battle Royale games that go above 100. H1Z1 goes above 100. But generally, we're used to seeing the number 100 as that generic go-to player count number for a Battle Royale map. Now, again, if we think that the sizes of the Fortnite map and the Blackout map are going to be similar, adding more players and faster ways to get around would definitely create a lot of action, which is always good news. However, despite the number counted within that trailer, going directly to an interview with Dan Bunting, counting, another lead on the multiplayer side of things in Black Ops 4. He says that the final number has not been locked down and they're still working on this, still fine-tuning this, and still trying to work out the best number of players to get on the map. Now, this covers a vast expanse of reasons. A is obviously the flow of the game. If there's too many people, you just die too quickly, it's annoying, it's frustrating, and you're out of the action, back into the lobby menu before you've even had a chance to do anything. If there's not enough people, then the action is slow, the action is boring, you're probably going to come up against a lot of campers, and again, the flow of the map just isn't quick enough. But then on top of that is performance as well. Let's not forget that when Fortnite first came to console, running at 60 FPS in the Battle Royale mode just didn't happen. I had a PlayStation 4 Pro, so I could run, I think, between like 40 and 60 FPS, but since then, they've obviously added in updates, and all of the consoles can now run the game smoothly at 60 frames per second. But for Call of Duty to go ahead and run at 60 FPS constantly with 100 player pluses on the map, on a map bigger than anything we've ever seen in the history of Call of Duty, that is potentially a very big ask. Now, they have updated their engine and they have created ways for the map to load in nice and smooth ways so that the render distance and the view distance can be greater than ever seen before in a Call of Duty map. But this is a big undertaking. The guys say that they've actually been developing this all the way since the beginning of last year, about the time, I believe, when PUBG was really starting to blow up and become absolutely huge. So these guys have had their eyes on the Battle Royale genre for a long, long time, and obviously the guys that are making and developing Black Ops 4 play games themselves, and I'm sure a lot of them play Fortnite and play PUBG, so there will be inspiration from those games as well. So having taken a look at the size of the map, the player counts, and everything that can be contained in the map, how will this game stack up against the other big Battle Royale big hitters, namely PUBG and Fortnite, the main ones that people know and love? Well, I definitely think this is going to be a different Battle Royale experience. I think with the health and the weapon damage that Call of Duty guns do, that could be completely tinkered for the Battle Royale experience. But if not, you definitely die a lot quicker than you do in Fortnite. In PUBG, you can die extremely quickly, so we're sitting closer to PUBG at the moment. We've obviously got vehicles, again, more similar to PUBG. The coloring of it isn't going to be quite as bright and definitely nowhere near as cartoony as Fortnite. So again, more towards the PUBG side of things, not quite as dim in colors, and definitely more detail and a little bit more saturation and color popping than we've used to with all of the PUBG maps. Then having said all of those things, lean more towards the PUBG side of things, the size of the map actually goes all the way back to Fortnite, so it could create for a lot of hectic action and definitely maybe a faster paced, different experience than what we've ever seen before. And let's not forget, it's a first person, and at the moment a first person only Battle Royale game, so that is a huge step away from Fortnite, which is only third person at the moment. It's going to be, as I say, a different experience, and that is everything we know so far. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Are you looking forward to this? Are you going to be playing it, or are you just sticking with the games that you know and love at the moment? I can't wait to get hands-on and actually see it in action to actually really understand what this is going to be like. And obviously, as soon as there's the ability to capture and share more of you guys, I'll be there, I'll be involved, and I'll bring it to you straight away and keep you on top of all of this blackout Black Ops 4 news. So I look forward to seeing what you guys are thinking about this. If you want to see more Black Ops 4 gameplay, I've got the very first video that I posted linked down below in the description, so definitely go and check that out. I'm going to leave this video here because that's everything we know so far. I've crammed it all into one video with you guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow as always for another video. Goodbye.